Hello, hello. We're working on this pitch to MIDI sender device. We're getting pretty good progress, I reckon. I think at the end of this video, I'll package it up and put it up as an alpha, I guess, for Patreon and YouTube supporters. I will release this publicly eventually, but I think it's at a stage where I can share it and start getting some feedback from people. What I want to focus on today is just being able to select basic chords. So if you remember in the last video, we can choose which notes are allowed to be let through using this keyboard here. I just want to put some very basic defaults, so a major scale and a minor scale based on something you select. So it's going to be doing a bit of maths today, which is all good. Feeling a bit slow, but let's go ahead and do it. First, we're going to need to have a list of numbers that define what a major and a minor chord are. So let's just do that. We'll have a list. Let's go 0, and then 2, and then 4, 5, 7, 9, and 11. So if you think of these as keys on the keyboard, you've got 0, which is C, 2, which is D, E, F, G, A, B. These are the values in semitones. And let's just say for a minor, there's a few minors we can choose, but we'll just drop the 3rd and we'll drop the 11th to a 10. Keep it nice and simple. So what we need to be able to do is when one of these are clicked, we also need a transposition. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Probably use an expression, probably use a V expression. So a V expression allows us to process lists. And it should simply just be $i, $1. So we're going to take in all of these float values at once, plus $i2, and the $i2 will be the transposition. So as it stands, this will just be a C major scale, hopefully. Is this going to work? I haven't used V expression much. I think I need to... Yeah, it's not working. Let's have a look in the help file. Scalar mode. When scalar mode 1 is sent to V expression, input of length 1 is applied to each element of a list. So that's what we want. So we want scalar mode to be on. I'm just going to add it in here. Can I add it in here? Arguments. We'll just do it this way. Here it is there. So it's set to 0 by default. Let's have a look when I do this now. So we'll send this, we'll do this, send it to 1 and send it this list. And then we go. So you see we've got the list with everything increased by +1, which is this transposition here. So this defines the scale. I'm just going to do a load mess 1, just so this is always on scalar mode by default, because I believe this will turn off whenever the patch is reloaded. Okay, that's cool. So we've got our transposition. Let's just put in a live menu here, so we can choose our scale. So for the items, it will be C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, a bit slow, and A sharp. Okay, and that should output the item index from here. So if we choose C, we get a 0, C sharp, we get a 1, D, let's click on this, have a look at our print again. Yeah. And then here's our minor. That didn't work as intended. That did. Oh no, okay, so this is working good. Okay, so what we can do is we can put a live text. Oh no, we'll need a live tab. So we can choose whether we want to have minor or major. So we'll just go major, minor, like so, and then we'll just go cell cell 0 and 1, because this is going to output a 0 and 1. So if it's 0, it's a major, and if it's 1, it's a minor. So we can select that. I also want this to update when we change the transposition. So what we're going to have to do here is send this to a message box as well. So this will go through and bang here. Also, we'll send it into a message box, and if there is a change here, we're going to let through the integer value, and then we will go ahead and also let's just tidy this up a little bit. We will also bang that message box. Which will re-trigger that value. It should work. So minor, major, it updates. C, it updates. C sharp, it updates. Okay, very good. That's one part of it. Now the obvious problem is we have a range of 0 to 11 here, and if we do something like go to G, we're getting numbers above 11. So we just need to do a fairly simple, I'll just use an if statement. I could probably do this with an expression, but I'm not too sure how. If somebody knows how to do this with an expression, or let me know. So we just want to say if $I1, which is the value coming in, is more than 12, then we'll go out to $I1, so that'll go out the right outlet, else $I1. And then we just put a simple negative 12 here. So if the number coming in is more than 12, go out this outlet. If it's not, go out this outlet. And we're not going to get more than 24 because of just the restrictions between the maths here. So we should just be able to send this to an integer, both of these inputs. And let's try this again. We're going to get a list smashing out here. Okay, so let's test this first. So let's just send this a number. So that's all good. Up to 11, and then so 12 should be outputting 0. So let's see where the problem is here. Maybe I should do it this way, is greater than or equal to 11. Let's see if that just works. Yeah, that works. Okay. I'm not sure. I feel like greater than 12 should have had the exact same result as greater than or equal to 11, but yeah, I'm not going to ask questions. It's working. So you see if we go beyond 12, it's going to snap it back to 0. So we're just going to kind of repeat the octave. Okay, so that's all good. So we're going to be outputting a list. So, whoops. So if I put a zl.iter, remember we used this before, it's going to output the list as individual elements. So let's go zl.iter1, and we'll send that into the if statement. And let's just go ahead and print this because it's going to be firing out a list of, well, a bunch of different numbers now. So now if I go C, that didn't work. This is not working. Okay, let's put the print here. Let's just see if we're getting the iteration working first. Nope, that's not working at all. Okay. And this is screwed up. Oh, scalar mode has turned off. Did I do that? I don't know. Okay, anyway. I'm glad, well, I'm hoping that was the problem. So let's go C. Let's just clear this. Let's go C sharp. Why are we getting a -1? We should not be getting a -1. maybe this needs to be greater than or equal to 12. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. My if logic is not, conditional logic isn't too hot. Okay, so there's C. C sharp. Oh, let's just clear that and do it again. C sharp. Cool. D. And that's what we want. So you can see the final note in the D would be a C. Usually that would be a 14, but in 12. But you see it's gone ahead and moved that down to 0. Okay, so that's good. So the final step is we need to enable this. Okay. So first up, we're going to need to clear everything. So we're going to have to do that before the iter statement. So we'll do a T clear. Oh man, I hope clear works here. I'm not sure if it does, but we'll figure it out. Clear and list. So this is going to output the, we need to do this in the opposite direction. So T list clear. So the output of the expression is going to come out here. We're going to go ahead and clear this. Let me just make sure that we can send it a clear. We can. I hope this works. We'll figure it out. Then we're going to iterate everything here. It's going to power out all the numbers here. We also need to append a velocity, also 127. I'm not sure if this can accept list. Let's have a look. Well, let's just try it. Let's just try it for a start. So what happens if I just send it 0? Nothing. What happens if I send it 0, 127? Turns on. Okay, so it accepts a pitch and then a velocity. So that's good. So that means we can just append 127 to the list of notes coming out and connect it. All right, let's try it. D major, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, C major. Look at that. Okay, let's go C minor. I'm really impressed that it works straight away. Well, that's fantastic. I guess we should get some audio playing now. Put my headphones on. Let's go, just use the standard one. I'm going to have to reset all these values here. Okay, so we need to give the snapshot a value. We need to set the minimum and maximum range. We need to give the speed limiter a value. We're not getting anything out here. Is this... I've got to remember which... Okay, I'm a little bit worried that it's instantly playing notes. Let me just... Oh, this is an A minor. So let's go A minor. So if I was to select something like A sharp minor, let's see if that works. It's still letting through a bunch of notes here, which I'm not too happy about. Try G sharp. Okay, what's happening? We're getting absolutely nothing coming through in the band list of notes here. So that tells me that we have run into a problem. So looking at this, we can see, I can clearly see a D coming through, whereas we don't have D set here. So I feel like we've got some problem in the way that this is populating this. Perhaps it's not triggering the right values coming through here. So let's clear this. Let's get rid of the prints. Not too sure how to tackle the debugging of this. I guess we need to look at the bag, don't we? How do we look at a bag again? Okay, so a bang outputs the bag. So let's go print here. That seems like an awful lot of numbers. I'll tell you what, let's clear this. Now let's print the bag. Let's clear the bag. Now let's print the bag. Okay, let's add a C. Okay, there we go. So we've got our C, that's good. Let's clear this, clear this. Let's choose C, major. Let's print the bag. So there's our 0, there's our 2, there's our 3. So we've got 0 in all subsequent octaves, 2 in all subsequent octaves. 3 is not supposed to be in there. We're supposed to be outputting a 4. And then we've got a 5, so we're actually outputting a minor. Okay, hang on, let me just clear this. Let's just click on major again. Well, we'll just trigger that. Let's have a look at the bag. 0, 2, 4. Okay, so what did I do wrong there? Let's go for the minor. Clear the bag and bang it. 0, 2, 4. Right. But you see here we have 0, 2, and 3. So, yeah, I'm wondering... if this is outputting the wrong note. So let's go major. 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. Minor. 0, 2, 3. So that's okay. Gosh, I'm wondering if... maybe I should try and build this in JavaScript, I think. It's just it's a little bit too messy for me to very quickly identify where the issue is happening here. Let's just go ahead and choose major again. Let's clear it. Let's print the bag. Do I have to give it a C again? To me, this looks like it's accurately accepting the right notes coming out of this. And you can see here's the last note in that chain. Oh. Now it appears to be working somewhat. So let's go A minor. Oh man. Don't do that to me. Let's try picking G sharp again. Okay, so that's clearly not working, but if I go G sharp minor, maybe the clear isn't working properly. You notice? Okay. I think what's happening is the clearing this is not actually clearing the bag. So let's just send this to this bag as well, and let's see if that works. Okay, let's go G sharp minor. Okay, so we're getting the D sharp, which is good. Let's go back to the A. We're not getting this D, but that's this C sharp or D flat. It's because it's not actually included in this particular minor scale. So that's fine. So we could add it in like this. Okay, so I solved that problem. That was a bit tricky. It's kind of yeah. I think at this stage I really need to get into doing stuff using the JS object, because mainly because of this quite visually pleasing but pile of chords. I was like, ah, man, there's something going wrong here. But it turns out I just needed to clear the bag as well as clear this here. And yeah, I'll be turning this into a downloadable Max for Live device that works and is nice and neat and tidy, so the supporters and Patreon supporters can test it out and check out how it works. I'll post a link in the description.